Beck's queries sometimes include measures with scaled numerical values. In Crystal reports for Enterprise, you can work with scaled measures, and use the scaling factor attribute to determine the scaling value, and calculate unscaled values as required. In this tutorial, you will create a query using a scaled measure, and then create a formula using the scaling factor attribute to calculate the unscaled value. This Beck's query includes a scaled and an unscaled version of the same measure. Under the scaled measure is a scaling factor value, which you can use to calculate unscaled values based on the scaled measure. Add the scaled measure, the scaling factor value attribute, and the unscaled measure to the query. Double-click the scaled measure. Double-click the scaling factor value attribute. Double-click the unscaled measure. Click Finish. The second column in the table displays the scaled net value results, and the third column displays the scaling factor, which in this case is 1000. The fourth column displays the standard unscaled measure. You can work with scaled values in your documents and use the scaling factor attribute to calculate unscaled totals when necessary. Create a formula to calculate the unscaled net value results using the scaled measure and the scaling factor attribute. Right-click Formulas. Select New Formula. Type total value, and then click OK. Click the Add Object list. Select the scaled measure. Type multiply and then click the Add Object list. Select the scaling factor value attribute. Click Save and Close. Insert the new formula between the third and fourth columns of the table. Click to drag the total value formula into the table. Click to scroll right. Notice that the formula generates the same results as the unscaled measure. You have successfully created a formula using a scaling factor attribute. This is the end of the tutorial.